Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we are back with oxygen not included with the spaced out DLC. Last time around we enhanced our volcano tamer quite drastically, I would say, and today we have more improvements to make. Let's just jump right into it and see how that works out for us. And here we are, back in our base exactly as we left it last time. Our volcano tamer is still going strong, and with the overlay turned back on, we can see that our metal tiles are at 37 degrees. It will be a little while until it all cools down, because we just sent, 25 tons of cobalt through it. That was extremely hot, but that is fine and not a problem at all. So let's see what we can tear up first. Over here on Muckola, we still have this Anti-Entropy Thermo Nullifier, so that would be something that I really want to get into. So we should probably dig in that general direction and make our way into there, so we can actually then take our food and make sure that it is nice and cold. That is the general idea. And there it is, all the digging work is done in this general area. We just need to build the airlock, and we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did on Bierstein. So let's get started on that. In automation, we will need an ant gate. The ant gate, we gotta turn it around like this here. Yes, that's how it goes. Then we need a weight plate, or better to say two. Well, can't do that before destroying this and that. That needs to go. And as soon as that is done, we can already put the automation wires in, because this wire here goes like this wire here goes like this, and this wire here goes like that. Then we're just gonna plop in 3 of our doors, and that should then make a wonderful airlock for infrequent access. And that's exactly what this area here is gonna be. It's only going to be for our food. First of all though, we need to build this area, and we also need to put in some storage, especially for our hydrogen, because currently we have no hydrogen storage whatsoever. We definitely have to do something about that. And there you have it. We're going to put in the doors later. Right now it doesn't matter, because our dupes have to get in here and get all this stuff out and whatnot, so we are not going to block off this way here with doors, at least not for right now. And we will also put in some storage, as I said a second ago. So let's see, where's our gas reservoir? Right here it is. So let me pause it for a second. We're going to plop one right there, plop one right here, and another one right there. And should we go one lower? What's the temperature down here? Doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, we're gonna plop in 1 extra. That's exactly how we're going to do this. And then all we're gonna do is block off this side right here, come all the way over to there, and then just fill up those tiles right here. And right beside it, we're gonna plop down a ladder, so we can actually access all this stuff here. And while we are at it, here on the top, I believe what I'm going to do is just this here. Yeah, and a fire pole right beside it, just for even easier access. There we go. That should do. Let's get all of this here built. And here we have it. The gas reservoirs are now completed as well. Now we just gotta hook them up to the system. So let's do that right away. Let's take a look over here. How are we currently looking? Okay, so that is pretty simple and straightforward. All we have to do is put in a pipe bridge, or a gas bridge, better to say, something like this here, and we're just gonna plop it right there. That should get the job done, and then we're gonna come out. What we do then is we're gonna cut off this piece right here and keep going with this pipe, and it has to be insulated because it is pretty darn hot. So we're just gonna come through here, through there, through there. Well, I all want them to look the same, please. That would be nice. So I want you to go like this, and I want you to go like this, and with you down here, we're gonna come back up, and we're gonna follow along into here and into there. There we go. It should be that simple. Let's get all of this here built, and we just gotta snip it as soon as this part here is built to actually get our priorities right. We always want to fill this one here up, and when it is full and it overflows, we're gonna want to send the rest over to our storage, just like this. And all we have to do now is snip this right here, and once it's full, no more problems, everything is going over to our storage. For that to actually work, we also need to rebuild our batteries up here, because we have no automation, which means the hydrogen generator is always running if we need it or not, and that is of course suboptimal. So actually, let's rip out all of this stuff right here and replace it with one singular smart battery. And now that I have ripped out those batteries and I'm putting in the smart battery, of course our system stopped. I kind of forgot that I got rid of this hamster wheel right here, so we gotta plop that one back in as well, at least for a second. Yep, I just ripped it out literally a few minutes ago. Yeah, no, we need it again. But that's just how it goes sometimes. We can set up our smart battery properly. Our high threshold is going to be, let's say, 90%. That should be fine. And our low threshold is going to be 10%, which should also be fine. So as soon as somebody is actually hopping into our hamster wheel and starts the system back up, just like this here, we should be golden. Almost a little bit more. There we go. That should be sufficient. Let's deconstruct it once again, because we should never need it again unless I mess it up once again, but that should be okay. Now that everything is built, let's see, can we actually see some hydrogen go over into our storage? If it turns on right now, it should happen. Yes, we get a little bit of hydrogen coming through here, and it's coming over and it's landing in our storage. I snipped it off right now because we do not need it yet. We just need to clean up all the stuff over here, and as soon as that is done, we can actually start implementing our pump so we can get rid of all this gas in here, because I definitely do want to have this here filled with hydrogen. That is obviously best case scenario, and I may actually fill in those walls here with insulated tiles. It's currently ice, which is okay, but it will definitely be better with insulated tiles. And over here, this area here is almost done. Just a tiny little bit is missing. Then we can actually plop in our doors and put in a pump so we can actually get rid of all of this gas in here and fill it up with hydrogen. But while all this is happening, I believe it may be time to bring on another dupe to speed up the process over here on Muckola. So let's take a look at what we've got. We have a Lyra, let's see, uncultured, gastrophobia, suit wearing, operating and tidying. That would be okay. We also have Joshua, suit wearing, cooking and ranching. He's also an animal lover with increased husbandry, immune to food poisoning, doesn't matter. Unpracticed artist also doesn't matter. Also, this here would be a pretty decent dupe. And Nisbet over here, quick learner, unpracticed scientist, cooking and farming. I don't think we need another farmer, but another guy for a husbandry would be nice. Joshua. Yes, we are going to bring on a Joshua, but Joshua is of course not going to stay Joshua. This here is going to be Dan Shiv, the newest member on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that, Dan, and welcome to the game. And here he is. We just got to get him leveled up, and he will be ready to roll with the rest of our dupes over here. By now we have 5, and we even have another bed for a 6th if we have to. But currently 5 is more than sufficient. And look at this, Dan is already on the job. Wonderful. Well, here everything is built that needs building. So last but not least, we need to put in those mechanized airlocks. We're going to plop in 3 right here. And then in food, we're also going to plop in a bunch of fridges. Yes, we're not going to put any power to the fridges. It won't be needed. But of course, 4 for right now should be sufficient to get all the food that we have, all 173,000 calories over here. That should be perfect. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And here we have it. Once again, our gas pump is in and is pumping happily away. And as soon as this all here is empty, we are just going to deconstruct a couple of these gas pipes here that are filling up nicely all the way down here. Yes, we are producing more hydrogen than we are using, which is exactly what that should look like. That is perfect. That's what we want. We just need to deconstruct a few of those tiles here, get a little bit of hydrogen in here once we're done, and that is everything that will be needed. But first of all, we gotta empty this thing here out. And here it is, the system is complete. I just changed the gas pump for a filtered gas pump, and we can take a look why I did that. If I take Dan here, Dan is going who knows where, but we're going to send him into here. And I'm going to take a look in our overlay, because this gas lock here is not 100%. And we just did not see it because it was not enough. Yeah, because we have a little bit of hydrogen out of here. So our hydrogen is leaking out, but currently no oxygen is coming in. What I want to do is this pump here is set to oxygen, because that's what we have mainly up here. If it is oxygen, I want to get it out of here. If it is anything but oxygen, that is fine. If it is polluted oxygen, it may become a problem down the road, but right now we still have enough carbon dioxide in here that it's fine, because we had all this frozen carbon dioxide right here, which has all gone back into its gas state. And here now we can see it. The dupes have gone in and out, and we have some natural gas in here, which is fine, I don't care. But we also have some oxygen hidden. I just do not want the oxygen to get down here, which it should never do, because we have enough carbon dioxide as it is right now. But we should be better safe than sorry, so I'm going to leave the pump here. It's not going to harm anything. If it finds any oxygen, it'll get rid of it, as it just did a second ago. Perfect, that's what that should look like. We just need to cool it down now with our Anti-Entropy Thermo Nullifier, and then our food in here should be safe. Currently, we are not quite there yet, but we should get there relatively quickly. In the meantime, over here on Bierstein, we have last time dug out this entire area, and today I want to go down as low as we can. We have a bunch of ice here. That's definitely going to be helpful. What is our water storage looking like? Okay, well, actually, it's not a problem at all right now. It used to be, but I think those problems are in the past now, but we can definitely still keep on digging down here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This half-assed ladder system here, we're going to make it a full ladder system just like that, and then we're going to keep going down. Kind of just like this here, we're just gonna go 4 down as always, and in the 5th row we're just gonna come through with ladders, and then we're gonna make sure that we dig out all of this stuff here just like that, and we're gonna go down as far as we can. Let's give the dupes some work here on Bierstein because they are pretty bored since we built our enhanced volcano tamer. Oh, look at this over here. Wonderful. We are getting all of our water out of here and into there, and it's at 50 degrees Celsius, which is perfectly fine as well. We are almost done with this area, and we can move on over to the left area. Also, food-wise, we're now at 46,000 kilocalories, which is great, of course, and we're getting more and more bristle blossoms in. Apparently, it works by cooling it just down with our water, and we have plenty of water left, so it's no problem at all. That is exactly what that should look like, and to speed this whole process here up, we're gonna dig all the way down just like that so we can actually get this here done. There's a little bit more stuff to dig out. Let's do that as well. Let's make sure this left side here will be freed of any polluted water very, very soon. And over here in Grossano, it is done. This entire area here is now empty, which means we can get rid of most of this stuff right here. Wonderful. We don't need this pump anymore. We don't need the power wires anymore. We don't need none of this stuff here anymore. Even this line here, we don't need anymore. That needs to come from somewhere else now, and how we get it over here, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm sure we can figure it out one way or another. First of all, we need to dig down here. Then over here, I believe we want to just empty it from the bottom up. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And this is the last thing that I want to empty out because of all the radiation. We're going to use that to our advantage. We have all these germs right here. Maybe we can kill some off by actually digging into this general direction. But for right now, I don't really care about it. And later on, I really don't care either because we still have our chlorine down here. So it's all fine. First of all, we need to get down here, and then we need to consolidate these 3 areas. And that's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Probably what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig down here, and this is where our pump is gonna live. And then we're just gonna dig straight over to there. Yeah, something like this here. Probably all the way up to here so we can get this here. And then with a ladder, we're gonna come up and get the rest. Yep, that's the plan. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, this is exactly what I imagined, looking pretty decent. All we need to do is now plop in a pump. So let's actually build that system because I'm not entirely sure how we're going to get over there. This is where the pump, not right there. This is not where the pump's going to go. The pump is going to go right here into this hole. Perfect. Okay, but now, how do we get over there with a pipe? Pipe can be made out of anything, does not matter. We need to get to here. We could always plop this entire system here completely somewhere else, which is probably the smartest thing we can do right now. Let's see, we can come through here, come through there, come through there. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Gonna get rid of this one tile, yes. Okay, I got a plan. How we're gonna do this is just like this. We're gonna come over here, gonna come up to there. Here we're gonna come one up with a bridge, then another bridge. Then we're gonna come over to here, come all the way down, through to there, through here. And then right here, I'm just going to put in this valve here because where that valve is really does not matter that much. So we're going to plop it right here. Just kind of like this here should get the job done. And then straight through, straight down with a bridge, and then into this bridge right here. Yep, that's what that should look like, and that should work out perfectly. But at the same time, that of course also means that we can get rid of all of this stuff right here. We won't need it anymore, so let's get rid of it right away, as well as the actual valve. Goodbye. Wonderful. That should work. We just need to get all of this here built. Also with power, where can we get through with power is another good question. Where do we have a power wire that has some capacity? This one here is perfect. And we're just going to grab it and we're going to come over and then all the way down to our pump. And that should work. That should give us another bunch of water for our boiler. Great. And this left side here is now completely dug out. Our pump is working. Let's take a look at it. We are pumping it through here and we're coming out with 5 kilograms currently. Just to fill it back up a little bit, we're down to 17 kilograms per tile of steam. That's a little. So we're gonna fill it back up with 5 kilograms a second. We're only pumping 4 kilograms out, and therefore we are gaining slowly but steadily. It'll take a little while, but that is okay. And as soon as this one here is almost empty, we're gonna open up the floodgates right here and let all this polluted water here in as well, just so we make sure we get rid of all of it. And that is exactly what we're gonna do. Pretty simple and straightforward, and that should rid us completely from polluted water on this planet. And then we can strip mine all of it and probably build our new base somewhere right here. We're probably just gonna put in some plastic tiles right here to keep out the radiation. And over here on Bierstein, we are digging like there is no tomorrow. We are almost down all the way to our industrial brick. Wow, what's the temperature in here? Everything's beautiful and cold. Ah, I gotta love rime. There is nothing better than rime. We also need to get over here into those poker shells, but I'm still not sure if I want to farm them. I may farm them. Let's leave those alone, at least for right now. But what we can do is what I definitely need to do anyway, because we're gonna strip mine it one way or another. I'm going to build a wall all the way to the top and get rid of those tiles right here. Just so we can keep this side here preserved, and later on when we put in our ladders, we are not accidentally digging into here and causing some trouble. And down here, well, I guess we just keep on going. What else would we do, right? And here we have the next digging project laid out properly. We just need our dupes to actually get over here and get it done. And then we should probably clean up our stuff once again, because it's getting more and more. Also, there is a singular hatch jumping around over here. Come on, let's get him out of here. And let's clean up at least the edge. And then let's go from there. Over here on Muckola, what have we hidden right here? I haven't even noticed that. That is a water geyser. Yeah, I think we're gonna dig in that general direction and take a look what is going on. How about that? So let's get the digging command going. Do we need ladders in here? We probably don't, as long as we don't disturb anything else. Let's make it 3 high, just so they have something to do. And then let's see what we have. We have also all this coal right here, so we might as well get us that stuff in as well. I'm gonna give digging commands for everything here. But we probably will need some ladders to actually get there, which should not be a problem. Let's get all of this stuff here. Let's get the metal in as well. And you know what, screw it. We are going to build the ladder after all. Might as well while we're at it. And over here, everything is now dug out, and I just realized that the water geyser is actually dormant. So what I'm going to do is, if we have enough space here, that is the question, can I build the exact same system that I've built in my explainer video? I'm going to take a look at that for sure. What do we need for that? We need to come this far up. That should be sufficient. And then we're going to build over, and we're going to have a chamber above. Come over, and then we're gonna have another chamber above. What is our temperature looking like? That may be slightly problematic. How high do we need to go? I believe it's 3. This here is gonna be our steam chamber 1, 2, 3, and our 4th one. That actually would barely work. That would actually barely work. So that's exactly what I'm going to build. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's plop it in. We need a steam turbine that just lives right here. That should be everything that we need for up here, I believe. Then we will need a thermal aqua tuner in here, probably just like that. We're just gonna plop it one over. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. In plumbing, we need to come out of here, out of there, over to here. We will need a liquid bridge. We will need a pipe sensor, of course a thermopipe sensor to be very precise, that comes through here, going out of there, coming over to here. Then we need a radiant liquid pipe that goes through there, probably. Yeah, that makes the most sense. That should be everything that is needed already. And then on the bottom, what we need here is insulated tiles all the way down. We need 2 pumps. Let's see, liquid pumps made out of gold at the bare minimum. Yes, OE temperature plus 50, that should be fine. And all I'm gonna leave is a 2 wide space from the neutronium. 2 spaces. Here we're gonna have some airflow tiles. I'm gonna build 2 of them right here, just like that. And then airflow tiles are going to come all around here, kind of like that. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, that is going to be perfect. So this is how we're going to build it. We're going to start from the right side. We're going to build from the right over. We will, of course, also need some ladders that come all the way up to here. Gotta dig out all the stuff here so we can actually get in there. And that should get the job done. Come on, dupes. Let's get going. Oh, of course, we are not going to get rid of the neutronium. And here we have it. This here is what the system looks like. So let's take a quick look at it. This is the exact same system as I built in my part 1 of explaining all geysers, vents, and volcanoes. And right here we have those 2 gas bridges. And that is what is the little bit tricky part. Because at the end here we don't only have a gas bridge, but also a gas pipe. And to get rid of this gas pipe, we need to get back in here. And the only way to do that is from the left side. So I built here just a liquid log, pretty simple and straightforward. And as soon as this entire area here is full with water, and this top part here is full of water, these 2 here will be the only only tiles that still have gas in it. Well, there will be a couple tiles in here, but that doesn't matter. The two that matter are right here. But for that to work, we need to fill the water all the way to the top. And then we can get rid of those two tiles here, get in here and deconstruct them. First of all, we need to fill them though. And that's what we're going to do in this episode. This water geyser here is still dormant for the next 23.8 cycles. So we are good, but we may as well get it ready. So in the bottom here, and that's what I hooked up this filter gas pump right here, we are going to put in carbon dioxide. So let's turn it on and let's make sure we get a good amount of carbon dioxide in there, and the good amount should already be done. So let's set it to anything else. Aluminum, for example. I'm pretty sure there is no gaseous aluminum anywhere here, and we fill it up, and now we should have exactly 1000 grams of carbon dioxide right there, and that's exactly what we have. Now we just need to find another element that's lighter. We could use natural gas, for example, or oxygen. Oxygen is of course the easiest solution, so we're going to build another one of those things, and we're just going to plop it somewhere up here where we actually have some oxygen left, something like that. And then with a gas pipe we are going to come into right there, and with a heavy water wire we're just going to hook it up temporarily. We're going to do this, and at the same time we can get rid of all this stuff down here on the bottom because we don't need it anymore. So all this here can go, as well as the actual gas pump, as well as the actual heavy water wire. So as soon as this here is gone and this here is built, we're going to do the exact same thing on the top, just that we don't put carbon dioxide in it, but oxygen. And here we have it. It is built. That took no time at all, as expected. And of course, on the very top here, breathable gas. We're going to go for oxygen, and now we're going to pump in a good amount of oxygen, which is already done. We're going to go back to aluminum. It's already way more than we will ever need. Perfect. And we can once again get rid of it. We do not need it anymore. So we're going to deconstruct this. We're going to deconstruct all the pipes. We don't need them. And we're also going to deconstruct this a little bit of heavy watt wire. Heavy watt wire is of course hooked up to our main grid. Figured we might as well, because this here will need a little bit of extra power. This here is definitely a lot of things, but it's not self-powered, and that should be it. In here we just have some polluted water and some water. It's pretty standard setup. Fill it from the top. Here I also put in the large power transformer just so we have it nearby for our thermo aqua tuner, as well as our two liquid pumps. And then over here I set this hydro sensor here to 2000 kilograms. So we're gonna let this here accumulate a little bit, and then we're gonna just use this polluted water here to actually fill up our loop. But again, we have another 23.4 cycles left over, so we have plenty of time. So let's take a last look around before we end this episode. We have built this contraption right here, which we won't be able to test today due to the dormancy. It's going to take way too long to wait another 20 cycles, at least for me, not for you guys, because that would obviously be cut. How are we looking up here? We're at negative 32 degrees and our food is well below negative 18. So that is working exactly as expected. Wonderful. And we're also filling up our gas reservoir. We need to do something more permanent here in the future, because we are producing a lot more than we are actually consuming by our Anti-Entropy Thermo Nullifier. Over here on Bierstein, the next stage of strip mining is completed. The entire left side here is soon going to be empty. That's going to be good, but for right now we need to clean up all the stuff here. That is tons and tons and tons of stuff that the dupes have to carry back to where it belongs. Also right here, apparently we forgot 3 tiles of abyssalite. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Get rid of it. But this left side here looks really, really good. Also, our water temperature, where are we at? Oh, look at this. By now we are down to 36.9 degrees. A few more degrees and we can actually turn this whole system here back on, because currently we are not pumping any more water in there. We still have so much in there, not even funny. I don't even know for how many cycles we have now not pumped in a single gram and only have taken out of it. This is the insane part about an infinite storage. It just works forever. It's crazy how much actual material is in there. And then over here on Grossano, we are also taking care of this water right here. It is going down nicely. That used to be a hell of a lot more. We only have this here left. Everything else we have mined out. Wonderful. This here is empty. Everything is looking good, very good. As a matter of fact, there is nothing to complain about right now. Also, our food storage is now up to 90,000 kilocalories thanks to all of our bristle blossoms over here. Also, our water reservoir here is still looking very, very good. We are using a hell of a lot less water for these bristle blossoms here than I expected, so I am not complaining at all. It's all coming together. But that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and comment down below. Let me know what you think. You know I'm always happy to hear from you. And with that I say thank you and peace.